Howdy, y'all. It is Cody from the Keepers of Nerddom. We are back because this week is the week of releases. Today, we're going to focus in on one of my good friends' top armies right now, and that is the Adeptus Custodes. And holy cow, I think they're going to be a scary force to be reckoned with in the new edition, and yet simpler to an extent. A lot less, I think, to keep track of in the long term. I think initially it's going to take some getting used to because it's just so different, even though there's less to it. I think this will help quite a bit. So let's dive into this. We've covered some of this stuff in previous stuff, but we'll at least hit the concepts here. Okay, so first off, we've got martial katas at the start of the fight phase. Yeah, we're good. Select one kata stance, and so you have that kata for the entire fight phase. So you got Kaptara stance. Each time a melee attack targets this unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Is that until the end of the phase? So I'm guessing for your opponent's fight phase, you get to do this too, which is kind of crazy. So, I mean, obviously you're just going to take Kaptaris just to block stuff in your opponents, and then always use the other two for your turns. So then Daktari, melee weapons equipped by models and they shouldn't have sustained hits 1 ability. So if you hit a 6, you get to get an extra attack onto them. Ridiculous. And then melee weapons equipped by models with Rendak stance, since unit have lethal hits, which I believe is a 6, is an auto wound. Crazy. So if your army faction is Adeptus Custodes, you can use the Shield Host Attachment rule. Aegis of the Emperor. Love how most of this actually is nothing more than just flavor text, which is funny, but it's so much simpler than what we've had in 9th edition. Adeptus Custodes models from your army have the Feel No Pain 4-up ability against mortal wounds. Hooey! Nasty. They're survivable. All right. So if you're using the Shield Host Attachment rule, which would be this, okay, you get access to these stratagems, and there's only 6, but these 6 are nasty. It's like they simplified everything, and the things that are still there are incredibly useful, and you go, okay, there's only 6, and these options are bonkers, plus like the standard 6 or whatever it is that we have for everybody. Slayers of Nightmares, 1 CP. When to use it in the fight phase, target 1 Adeptus Custodes unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets a monster or vehicle unit, add 1 to the wound rolls. Because they are not very good at taking out bigger targets directly as far as their stats, this is the thing you use to make sure that they go down. Very interesting, because they are, and you'll see what I'm talking about, they don't have a whole lot in most of their lineup that's going to target the toughness 10 plus stuff. So kind of interesting. All right. Avenge the Fallen, 1 CP. Win at the start of the fight phase. 1 Adeptus Custodes unit from your army that is below its starting strength and has not been selected to fight this phase. Effect until the end of the phase, add 1 to the attacks characteristics of melee weapons equipped by models in that unit. If that unit is below half strength, though, instead, until the end of the phase, add 2 attacks characteristics to the attacks characteristics of melee weapons instead. Whew. Unwavering Sentinels, 2 CP. This is expensive. That's the one thing I will say, that there's some expensive stuff here. Yeah, it's just there's only 2 of them that are 2 CPs, but they're strong. Win at the start of the fight phase. Target 1 Adeptus Custodes unit from your army. You can't do Anathema Psychonas. That's within range of an objective marker. Until the end of the phase, your units have the fight first ability. So you are going to make sure you take and keep an objective from somebody charging you. Crazy. Arcane Genetic Alchemy, 2 CPs. Win your opponent's shooting phase or the fight phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. Ugh, that's so stupid. It's so reactionary and it's strong. I can't wait to see what my Necrons do. Target 1 Adeptus Custodes. You can't. Infantry. Can't do Anathema Psychonas. That was selected as a target of 1 or more of that enemy's unit's attacks. Till the end of the phase, each time an attack is allocated to a model in your unit, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of that attack. So big guns are just going to hit this stuff and bounce off of it. Ridiculous. Okay. Crazy stuff. All right. Yeah, they continue this same thing right here. Why would they say that again? Huh, weird. Okay, Vigilant Ending, 1 CP. When your command phase, 1 Adeptus Custodes Infantry, not Anathema Psychona. Effect 1 destroyed model, excluding character models, is returned to your unit with its full wounds remaining. Why did they exclude Anathema Psychonas? Because those wouldn't... Okay, there's no reason to exclude them because they wouldn't be a good target for it anyway. So you'd just be like, well, I'm not using it on them anyway, so why exclude them? I don't know. Just kind of bizarre to me. Restrictions: you cannot target the same unit with the stratagem more than once per battle. So you can actually resurrect one non-character in a unit. Crazy stuff there for 1 CP. It only happened once, but man, it's going to put it on the priority of your opponent to absolutely wipe out a squad. Sworn Guardians, 1 CP. When your movement phase, 1 Adeptus Custodes, no Anathema Psychonas, within range of an objective marker you control. The effect is that objective marker remains under your control even if you have no models within range of it until your opponent controls it at the start or end of any turn. So you basically give yourself sticky objectives. Cool. Very cool. All right. These are the things I'm still really confused about. Yeah. Because we need to know costs for these. Okay, so if you're using the Shield Host Attachment rule, you can use these Shield Host enhancements. Unstoppable Destroyers, Adeptus Custodes model only, no Anathema Psychona. And that's the case for all 4 of them, so Anathema Psychonas can't get this. Each time the bearer ends a charge move, select 1 enemy unit within engagement range of the bearer and roll a d6. On a 2 through 5, the unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. On a 6, it suffers 3. Once per battle, also, after the bearer's unit ends a charge move, all enemy units within 6 inches of the bearer must take a battle shock test. And that's just, how do you get, like, do you have to pay points for this? Do you just get all 4 of these? Because I don't understand these, because that seems ridiculously strong, these 4 things. Each one of these is really strong. Like, do you get to only choose one? If so, okay. Yeah, I wish they'd put a little bit more here to explain exactly what's going on here. All right, Adeptus Custodes model only. The bearer has a leadership characteristic of 5+. Once per battle, at the start of any phase, you can select one from the Adeptus Custodes unit that is battle shocked within 12 inches of the bearer. That unit is no longer battle shocked. Nice. Okay, Adeptus Custodes, add 2 to the attacks characteristic of the bearer's melee weapons. It's a model only. So it's only 1 model, but still. Once per battle, at the start of any command phase, triple the bearer's objective control characteristic until the end of the turn. You guys, these guys are going to be so hard to get off objectives and keep them off. It's crazy. This is cool to see. Adeptus Custodes model, the bearer's unit is eligible to shoot and declare charge on a turn in which it fell back. Once per battle, when an enemy unit ends a normal advance or fall back move within 9 inches of the bearer. If the bearer's unit is not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, it can make a normal move up to 6 inches. Cool. That's a funny picture. Those witch seekers or whatever, they look terrible there. All right, so let's go through here. Custodian Guard. All right. It's toughness 6 now. 6-inch movements, 2 up saves, 3 wounds, 6 leadership, 2 OC. Guardian Spear has assault, so they can advance and still shoot with it. Crazy, because they've got a 24-inch range, 2 up ballistic skills. AP's gone down. Well, they may have already had -1 AP there. Interesting. So yeah, their AP down on the melee has gone down quite a bit. Lots of strength, but here, like strength 7 on the Guardian Spears. Misericordias, they're still there present. Let's go through here. Stand Vigil. Each time a model of this unit makes an attack, reroll a wound roll of 1. Well, this unit is within range of an objective marker you control. You can reroll the wound roll instead. So just any wound roll. Crazy. They are going to knock everything. Stand Sentinel Storm. Once per battle in your shooting phase. After this unit has shot, it can shoot again. All right. So we continue here. Sentinel Storm once per battle. Oh, goodness. My bad. We Went into the wrong thing there. All right. Once per battle in your shooting phase after this unit has shot, it can shoot again. Pure ridiculousness. Presidium Shield, add one of the bearer's wounds characteristic. And Vexilla, add one of the objective control characteristic models in the bearer's unit. Now, what's really good is finally we get the backs of the cards. The one thing, though, we're still missing, and is very upsetting, is the points cost, because we just don't know. You know, again, these look amazing, but are they going up by 10 points each? Because that changes everything. Because the one thing I'm struck by is you're going to have your heroes, your characters inside of your groups, and it's going to be a much smaller force as far as spread out. Like, they're going to be contained in each group, but those groups are going to be very hard to put down. And here's where things get really weird, and that's why I'm curious about the points. Warrior options. Any number of models can each have their Guardian Spear replaced with one Sentinel Blade and one Presidium Shield. Let's see if we can... Yeah, there we go. Okay, we can scroll in just go a little further. Good, Anakin, good. All right, there we go. Perfect. So they can have it replaced with Sentinel Blade and Presidium Shield, which +1 to wounds instead of like upping their save or their invuln save. It's crazy because an extra wound on these guys means they're just not going to go down forever. But then it says here, one model's Guardian Spear can be replaced with one of the following: a Vexilla and a Misericordia, or a Vexilla, a Misericordia, and a Presidium Shield, which leads me to believe that something in here costs points. Don't know what. Anyway, we move on. The Custodian Wardens. They have their axes. They have their spears. Again, the axe is just completely worse. It has 1 less attack, weapon skill of 3 up instead of 2 up, 9 strength, so they almost get to that 10, but -1 AP with 3 damage. So the damage is higher, the AP is less, 1 less attack, and you don't hit as often with them. No, thank you. I mean, my friend, we were talking through this. Like, this is just definitively worse. Like, the spear is a better option. So it's like you look at these things and you look up in the ranged weaponry, they're the same. And then you get down to the melee and all of a sudden it's like, nope, take a spear. Take a spear. Because yes, the damage 3 could tap, instance taps something with 3 wounds, but whereas the spear is going to have to hit it twice, but you're going to have that extra attack to do that with. So, and be more consistent. I don't know. Resolute Will, and obviously, like, they have like the Deep Strike and the Martial Katas like on everybody. Resolute Will, characters leading this unit. Each time an attack targets this unit, if the strength characteristic of that attack is greater than the toughness characteristic of this unit, subtract 1 from the wound roll. That's crazy. They're going to be so hard to put down. So the Wardens and the Guard, basically their durability, I haven't done like the math on it, but they're both ridiculously strong on it. It's not like they're weak, and the Wardens were pretty weak comparatively to the Shield Boys, and now with that Resolute Will, they're just ridiculous. Living Fortress, once per battle, at the start of any phase, this unit can use this ability. If it does, until the end of the phase, models in this unit have the Feel No Pain 4-up ability on just wounds in general. So you get to roll after you've already rolled for saves. Yikes. And Vexilla, we've already seen that. And 3 to 6 Custodian Wardens. What was the other number? 4 to 10 on the Guard. So you get less of these guys, and you can equip them with a Vexilla. It doesn't look like it takes the place. They can just switch between spears and axes. Cool. All right. Alaris Custodians. These are the teleporter boys, and let's see, 2 to 6. So you can still do groups of 2. Crazy. They can have their spear replaced with the axe, which, yep, same axe. There's the Misericordias. Oof. And 1 Guardian Spear can be replaced with Vexilla and Misericordia. And that's what doesn't make sense to me, that up here the Guard can have their stuff changed over and then a Presidium Shield on top of it too. That's ridiculous. You should have some negative for taking a Vexilla and the Misericordia. Anyway, what do I know? Because you could always take your other people in your group before that guy. I don't know. Just weird. All right, anyway. Ballistus Grenade Launcher, 18 inches with blast, D6 shots, 2 ups, 4 strength, -1 AP, 1 damage. Nice. Axe and spear, same things. Same things down here. Slayers of Tyrants. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack that targets a character, monster, or vehicle unit, you can reroll the wound roll. Nasty. And that's where their strength comes in. That they may not have the high strengths, but they're going to get to reroll just about everything somewhere, somehow. So they're going to get you. From Golden Light, once per battle at the end of your opponent's turn, if this unit is not within engagement range of one or more enemy units, you can remove it from the battlefield. A reinforcement step of your next movement phase. Set it up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches horizontally away from all enemy models. And Vexilla is down there too. Yikes. So they can just teleport whenever they want. 2 to 6. So you can have groups of 2, 2, and 2. Or you can have a big group of 6 and... looks like they're equipped with, the ballistic grenade launcher and the spear. So they have both for shooting. Like, points cost, these things should just be... Oh, I forgot about that. So let's go back up here. Toughness 6, yeah. So toughness 7. These guys are going to be so hard to table. Whew. 4 wounds as well. Yikes. Yikes. All right, the bikes. So bikes come in with 12-inch movement, and that's down from 14. And toughness 6 still, which is really strange that these guys are a toughness 7. The bikes are still toughness 6. Very strange. Salvo launchers, 24 inches, 1 attack, 2 up ballistic skill, 9 strength, minus 2 AP, 3 damage. Disgustingly good. But yet, I think that's way less damage than what it was. Very interesting. Virtus Hurricane Bolter, rapid fire 3. So get 6 shots and twin linked. Twin linked. Let's 10th edition weapon rules. I can't ever remember what twin linked is because I don't remember it being that good, but yet it's still gonna be useful. Take me down to twin linked. All right. Each time an attack is made with such a weapon, you can reroll that attack's wound roll. Oh, never mind. That's ridiculous. All right. So these are just devastating, right? No AP, but you're gonna have potentially 6 shots, twin linked, rerolling the wound rolls. A lot of damage coming in. Interceptor Lance, 5 attacks, 2 up weapon skill, 7 strength, minus 2 AP, 2 damage. Turbo Boost, each time this unit advances, do not make an advance roll. We've had this before. They have 6 inches added to their move characteristic instead. Quicksilver Execution, once per battle. After this unit ends an advance move, you can select one enemy unit, excluding monster and vehicle units that it moved over during that move. Then roll 1d6 for each model in this unit. For each 2 up, that unit suffers 2 more wounds. We really want to know, is it just you like fly over them and touch the edge of one piece and go, well, I get to roll for all my bikes? Because it's not as crazy as we thought it was initially, because we thought it was the enemy models, and then read it again over and over, and my friend was like, no, dude, it's for each model in this unit, and the max you can have is 6. Okay. So, yeah, their options are salvo launchers or the Virtus Hurricane Bolters. Okay. So, now we get to some of the Night Sisters. These are interesting. So 6-inch movement, 3 toughness, 3 up saves. It's funny, these are actually like normal units to fight against. They'd be easy to take out comparatively, like crazily so, but they're so much cheaper. Bolt gun with rapid fire 1, no AP here, 24-inch range, so 12 inches to get that rapid fire. Otherwise, 1 attack. Jeez, close combat weapon. I love that. That cracks me up. You get 2 attacks with it, no AP, 1 damage. So what are they attacking you with? We don't know. Their fists, their guns, their feet, their heads. Don't know. Daughters of the Abyss. Models in this unit have a Feel No Pain 3-up ability against psychic attacks, so they're protected against psychic like crazy. And Purity of Execution. Each time a model in this unit makes a ranged attack that targets a psychic unit, that attack has a precision and devastating wounds abilities. So critical wounds turn into immortal wounds. It's good. It's good. They can snipe out psychics out of armies. I like the concept here. I don't think they're worth anything to write home, but it depends also on their point cost, because these are 10 points or less a piece or something. Okay, let's go with it. Okay, they can have a Prosecutor Sister Superior and prosecutors. And what's a sister superior? The answer is, I don't know. Do we see that down here? Let's go see real quick. There's so much stuff. Alea. That's not a sister superior. Let's see what can Alea. She can go to those anyway, so that doesn't help. Is she a sister superior? Nope. Weird. I don't know. Just kind of bizarre stuff right there. So maybe it's just going to be one of the models that looks a little different in the kit. So yeah, that's a thing. Oh, my bad. I went over them. It's funny. They look almost identical. All right. So those are the gun version. These are the melee weapon ones with the executioner great blades. These are kind of shocking. So same stats here. Yep. Okay. Other than OC is down by 1. Interesting. Anti-Psych are 4 up. So on a 4 up, they would always hit or always wound, maybe? Because otherwise, their weapon skill is better than that already. Let's go to anti. Yeah, wound rolls. Okay, so on a 4 up, they can wound a psychic. Devastating wounds. 6s will mortal wound. Cool. 2 attacks each, 3 ups, 5 strength, -2 AP, 2 damage. Darla is the best we've ever seen. Death parry. Each time a melee attack targets this unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. So they are blocking with that. That's cool. And how many can there be? 10 total. Not too shabby. Interesting. Again, it just depends on what they're useful for. They're really like separating these out. I thought they were all just one group, but maybe I was wrong. Witch Seekers, they have the Flamer, which is only 12 inches, but ignores cover, and the Torrent, so it auto hits, I believe. And close combat weapons, so nothing there. Feel no pain, 3 up against psychic stuff. That's all the case. And Sanctified Flames, each time this unit shoots, after it has shot, select 1 enemy unit that was hit by 1 or more of those attacks. That unit must take a Battle Shock test. So regardless of how much damage they do, they're making a Battle Shock test happen. Nice. Okay. All right, let's see here. Again, 10. Shield Captain. He's going to go in Warden Guard. Wardens and Guard. He's got the axe, spear, and the blade. So all those are the same. That's interesting. Master of the stances. At the start of the fight phase, select 1 Kata stance until the end of the phase. That stance is active for this model's unit in addition to the one that is active. Once per battle at the start of the fight phase, all stances are active for this model's unit until the end of the phase. Yikes. I guess you could use that first one for when you know they're going to attack you back or attack you first. It's interesting. Strategic Mastery. Once per battle round, you can select 1 model from your army with this ability. That model's unit can be targeted with a stratagem for 0 CP, even if that stratagem has already targeted another unit from your army this phase. This is where I'm saying it's like, dang, these guys are going to get crazy. He's got the shield potential. So, yep, you take the blade, you get the shield. And, I mean, the blade only does 1 damage, but that shield for an extra wound. It's going to be 7 wounds on that guy. I just can't tell what's going to happen with Custodes point values because it just feels like they're going to go up. So, all right, he was spoiled earlier this week. These things are his crazy. It's toughness 6. What was the shield captain? Toughness 6. They're matching up with their people they can go into because he can go in the guard and the wardens as well. So you're going to see guard and wardens with a leader like this. His Behemoth version is the anti-larger stuff. Hurricanus is his anti-small stuff. And Victus is kind of somewhere in the middle. It's weird because I don't know. It's almost like it's supposed to be for the bigger, but it doesn't have as much strength. But it does have more damage and more AP, but 1 less attack. But yet the Behemoth is the precision to get to a character. So it's more the assassination ability. I don't know. Just kind of crazy. Martial Inspiration. While this model is leading a unit, you can reroll advance and charge rolls made for that unit. In addition, once per battle, model's unit is able to declare a charge in a turn in which it advanced. We're getting a lot of this stuff where it's just they're gonna get you. Legacy of Combat. You can target this model's unit with the Heroic Intervention stratagem for 0 CP, and you can do so even if you've already targeted a different unit with that stratagem this phase. Yikes. Okay. Alea, and she goes into those 3, the Witch Sister stuff. Interesting. She has a Feel No Pain 5-up, leader, scouts of 6 inches. So I believe she would give the group she's in a 6-inch move at the start of the game. She has Somnus, 4 wounds. Her toughness and whatnot is terrible, but you could just hide her inside of a group. So Anti-Psyker 4-up, devastating wounds, 4 attacks, 2 plus 6 strength, minus 3p, 3 damage. Jeez. Tactical Perception. While this model is leading a unit, models in that unit have the Fight First ability. Ooh, those little... My goodness, those cheaper groups are going to get nasty. No wonder they have some of those stratagems and I will target them. Maybe. Tenacious Spirit. While this model is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll if that unit is below its half strength, its starting strength, and add 1 to the wound roll as well if that unit is below half strength. Whew. And Daughters of the Abyss. Invuln save of 5+. So again, you don't take this until she's being targeted, I guess. Interesting. Interesting. All right, the Rhino. Hunter Killer Missile. 1 shot. Again, what's the point value on that? 48 inches. 1 attack. 2 of ballistic skill. 14 strength. Minus 3p. D6 of damage. Yeah, D6 of damage. You don't know if it's going to do anything. All right, so 12-inch movements. This is for carrying the Anathemas, Psychonas. 9 toughness, 3 up saves, 10 wounds, 6 leadership, 2 OC. Jeez. All right, Storm Bolter, no AP. Rapid Fire 2, there's going to be 4 attacks there. Daughters of the Abyss, we already had that. Self-repair at the starting command phase. This model regains 1 lost wound. Everything's becoming Necrons. Armor Trax is its melee weapon. Gonna see that all over the Imperium. That's funny. 3 attacks with it, no AP, but 6 strength. That's funny. Cool. Has a transport capacity of 12 Anathema Psychona infantry. And what's interesting is I don't see anything about being able to shoot out of it. Nothing. Weird. Very, very, very weird. Knight Centura. Here's another Anathema Psychona. She has... What's she start with? She has the Executioner Greatblade and can be replaced with one of the following. The Bolt Gun or Witchseeker Flamer. So she starts with the Executioner and then she can join those 3 groups. Interesting. Okay. 4 wounds, 6 movement. Yeah. Okay. Mastercrafted Bolt Gun, Rapid Fire 1. 24-inch range, 1 attack. 1 attack. 4 strength, 0 IP, 2 damage. Yuck. Why would you use that? Witchseeker Flamer. I mean, that depends on your group. You're literally designing her to go in the group that has that type of weapon. Executioner Greatblade. This looks awfully similar to other things we've seen. Weird. Weird. Seeker's Instinct. She has leader and scouts 6 up. While this model is leading a unit, add 2 to the move, 2 inches to the move characteristics of the models in that unit. Add 2 to the advance and charge rolls made for that unit. Jeez. Yeah, you're using Executioner Greatblade. Daughters of the Abyss, we've seen Corn of the Quarry. Each time an enemy unit, excluding monsters and vehicles, that is within engagement range of this model's unit falls back, all models in that enemy unit must take a Desperate Escape test when doing so. If that enemy unit is battle shock, subtract 1 from each of those tests and roll and save of 5. Dang, even the little stuff's scary. What in the world is going on here? Shield Captain in Alaris Terminator armor, so he's toughness 7. I bet he goes with the Custodians? Custodians? What? Alaris Custodians. Hang on. What in the world? Okay. Yeah, he goes with them. Alright. I was going to say. Like, hang on now. Alright. That's just scary, though. Alright, so we have a shield captain without hair. Only a 5-inch movement. Interesting. I'm guessing the Terminators did too. Toughness 7. Jeez. Seen all this. He's got the same weapons. Yeah. Good, good, good. Defiant to the last. If this model is destroyed by a melee attack, if it has not fought this phase, roll a d6. On a 2-up, do not remove it from play. A destroyed model can fight after the attacking model's unit has finished making its attacks and is then removed from play. So it gets to fight after death. Strategic Mastery. Once per battle round, you select 1 model from your army with this ability and target that model's unit with a stratagem for 0 CP, even if that stratagem has already been used on another unit from your army this phase. This is the stuff that I'm just like, what's the point of having all of these stratagems and have cost to them when you can just go once per battle round, I get this for 0 CP. You're going to use this guy, and he's going to be devastatingly good. It's crazy. Crazy. Hopefully this point cost reflected. The shield captain on Donegal jet bike. I bet he can join First Praetors. Yep. Okay. So we've seen his weaponry. Woohoo-de-doo. And sweeping advance while this model is leading a unit. Each time that unit consolidates, each model in that unit can move up to 6 inches instead of up to 3. In addition, once per battle at the end of the fight phase, if this model's unit is within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, it can fall back as if it were your movement phase, or if it is not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, it can make a normal move as if it were your movement phase. Once per battle, they're going to move everywhere. So as much as they have 12-inch movement, they really don't. They've got stuff like this. Strategic Mastery, once per battle round. You can select one model from your army with this ability and target that models. Yeah, there it is again. Same thing. 0 CP. My goodness, they better be expensive because that's going to be ridiculous. It's funny that their toughness is only 6, though, on a bike. But what do I know? I don't understand. Custodes. Watcher's Axe for Trajan Valerian. Trajan Valaris. 6-inch movement, 6 toughness. What's he go into, by the way? Guard and Wardens. I mean, that makes sense because he's always with them anyway. 5 leadership, 7 wounds, 2 OC. Watcher's Axe has assault, so he can move up and still shoot. And 2 attacks, -2 AP, strength 5, 3 damage. Watcher's Axe, 6 attacks, 2 up, 10 strength. Oh, he does break the 10. There he is. -2 AP, 3 damage. Deep Strike, feel no pain, 5 up. Leader. Captain General. While this model is leading a unit, you can ignore any and or all modifiers to the characteristics of models in that unit and or to any roll or test made for models in that unit, including modifiers to saving throws. Okay, so you can't reduce saving throws, but other things like -1 to hit, -1 wound. He just goes, nah. Moment Shackle is back. Once per battle, let's start a fight phase. Select one of the following to take effect until the end of the phase. This model's Watcher's Axe melee weapon has an attacks characteristics of 12, so he doubles all of a sudden. This model has a 2+ invuln save. Woo! Models in this unit have the fight first ability. I'm telling you, they better go up in points or else they are going to wreck every tabletop. It's crazy. Because they'll just be like, actually, I win. Okay, I can't tell if Valerian is a guy or a girl. I'm not going to lie. I think it's supposed to be a guy. I don't know. Just a very odd face. Very odd. Okay, he has the weapon Gnosis. Cool. 6-inch movement, 6 toughness. What's he go into? Guard and Wardens. My goodness, everybody just goes in Guard and Wardens, basically. Assault. 24-inch range, 3 attacks, 2 up, 4 strength, -1 AP, 2 damage. It's alright. Melee, 7 attacks, 2 up, 8 strength, -3 AP, 2 damage. Jeez. Feel no pain, 6 up. Golden Laurels, we've seen leader. While this model is leading a unit, each time a melee attack targets that unit, worsen the AP characteristic attack by 1. Man, who do you take? He's good too. Good gracious. Hero of Lion's Gate. I don't know. What do you take here? Once per battle round, you can reroll 1 hit roll, 1 wound roll, or 1 saving throw made for this model. In addition, once per battle, after making a hit roll, wound roll, or saving throw for this model, you can change the result of that roll to an unmodified 6. They are going to hit you, and they're going to make sure it sticks. Wow. This might actually be a tempting character now. John, look at this guy. Do you even have him? I think you do. I don't remember. Venerable Contemptor Dreadnought. Finally, we see him. So now we get to see something that breaks over into that 10 other than Trajan. So, okay, let's see. What is he actually equipped with? Combi Bolter, Multi-Melter, and Contemptor Combat Weapon. That's the most generic thing. But you can replace the Multi-Melta with the Karis Pattern Assault Cannon. Okay, so you don't have the Karis Pattern Assault Cannon right away. Combi Bolter is Rapid Fire 2. That's a terrible weapon. It's all 2-ups to hit on everything. 24-inch range, Rapid Fire 2, 2 attacks, 4 strength, 0 AP, 1 damage. Terrible. It has a 6-inch movement, 9 toughness, 2 up saves, 10 wounds, 6 leadership, 3 OC. Cool. Karis pattern assault cannon, so devastating wounds, 6s create mortals. 6 attacks, 7 strength, minus 1 AP, 1 damage. Interesting. It's a lot of attacks. That would be, you have to get rid of the multi-melta. The multi-melta has minus 4 AP. It's only 2 attacks though. Melta 2? What is Melta? Melta 2. Oh, there we go. Melta X weapons do an additional X wounds against targets within half their range. Melta 2 weapon would do 2 extra wounds. What? Attack's damage characteristic is increased by... Oh. It's a d6 plus 2 within 9 inches. Holy cow. I don't know. Because you'd have a lot of range there with the Karis pattern assault cannon. You'd hit, but your AP is not great. But that multi-melta is just going to devastate whatever it hits. That's crazy. Contemptor combat weapon. No special things here, but it's a 12 strength with minus 2 AP, 3 damage, 5 attacks. I just love that it's Contemptor combat weapon. They didn't give it a specific name, but that is a nasty profile. Deadly Demise 1, so just it can blow up. Unyielding Ancient, the first time this model is destroyed, remove it from play without resolving its Deadly Demise ability. Then at the end of the phase, roll a d6. On a 2-up, set this model back up on the battlefield as close as possible to where it was destroyed and not within engagement range of any enemy units, with d6 wounds remaining. Imagine somebody rolls it to come back and rolls a 6. You are going to be ticked off because it has an invuln save of 5-up. This thing is going to be obnoxious. Fascinating, because it's just going to keep kicking. Venerable Land Raider. What does it have? 6 Adeptus Custodes Infantry. Okay, so you've got to, I think Custodes Infantry go up to 6, so you couldn't have a leader with them. It's equipped with 2 Godhammer las cannons, twin heavy bolter, and armored tracks. Which armored tracks we've already seen. That's their melee. Not great, no AP, but it's there. Godhammer las cannon. How many of these? 2. So 48-inch range. First off, 10 movement, 12 toughness, 2 up save, 16 wounds, 6 leadership, 5 OC. 48-inch range, so you get 2 of these. Can we switch off of this? It can be equipped with a Hunter Killer Missile and be equipped with a Storm Bolter and just add it on. Crazy. Okay, so 2 attacks, so 4 attacks total. 12 strength, there it is. Minus 3 AP. This might be the thing that is needed now, too. Jeez. Man, that's crazy. D6 plus 1 damage, so at least minimum 2 damage, max 7. Those hit like a freight train. 100 kilo missiles, we've already looked at. Storm bolters, we've seen. Twin heavy bolters, sustained hits 1, and twin linked. 36-inch range, 3 attacks, 2 ups, 5 strength, minus 1 AP, 2 damage. Sustained hits, if memory serves, that's a 6, gives you additional hits. Sustained hits. Yeah, hit rolls. So you would get 1 more hit if you roll a 6. That's cool. Deadly Demise D6. Each time a unit disembarks from this model after it has made a normal move, that unit is still eligible to declare a charge this turn. So you move something up 10 inches, disembark them now, and then they're going to go, and I'm charging. And it's going to be a Custodes infantry group. Cool. Cool. That's great. So excited. So excited. I don't even know what to say. I'm so excited. That's just great. Oh my gosh. I think this has changed the game in a decent way. Like these are terrifying profiles for Custodes. They're going to hit light freight trains, and they're going to be able to get to you in melee, and they're going to make sure it counts. Your biggest goal is going to be just gunning them down before they get to you, because once they get to you, it is over. It's over. And they will make sure of it. And if they're smart, they will make sure of it, and you will not have an opportunity. and they will make sure that you do not have an opportunity. And they should. If they're going to be playing Custodes, they should do that. They should win a melee, period. And I get that, but it means anytime you see Custodes on the board and you have a melee team, unless you have a very specific way to melee, like, or you fight after death even, you're in trouble. You're in deep, deep trouble. These are scary, scary profiles. But again, we don't know the points. So this all of a sudden becomes way less scary when you go, oh, it's 250 points. You know what I mean? This becomes way less scary when it's 180 or 200 or whatever. Honestly, it should probably even be more than this thing. Really should, because that is going to protect. Yeah, it's got more toughness. Yeah, it should be way more. It's got better weapons too. That's what's funny. Way better weapons. Longer range. More of them. Whew. Lots of AP. It's funny. This World War I looking tank box is devastating. Yikes. Yeah, Custodes are going to be something else unless they really adjust the point costs or do something here. I don't know. I really just don't know. I'm intrigued and curious to see what happens here. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about the Custodes preview. You excited? You nervous? You know, and nervous like you're not playing them and you're playing against them. Because I'm a little nervous. My Necrons of my Tau have not been previewed yet, and I need to know because my leaders better do some epic stuff to be able to stop this stuff. Increase my AP by 7. Although, you know, Custodes are all like, I have an invuln save at 4 up anyway. 50-50 shots. Although whenever I play, it seems like half the time my friend just rolls a consistent 70 to 80% success rate on his invuln saves. I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know what you can do. One good thing I will say that's of note is the Psychona Rhino doesn't have, even though it has windows, that anybody can like shoot out of it. That's a good thing. So, yeah. Terrifying. What was that? It can have, real quick, last little thing, 6 Adeptus Custodes infantry models. That's anybody. Oh boy. So it could be Shield Captain. You could have them in that. Oh my goodness. That's Blade Champion. Just 6 though. It's a max of 6, so you'd have to plan for that. But that's not that hard. Custodes only go up to 6 anyway, so you could just drop 1 off and put a leader in there. The Wardens, that's where you do it. Yep, Wardens. Take 1 out there and put a leader in, and boom, put them in that vehicle and just show up in the midboard and proceed to wrecking everything. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for joining me as we took a journey through the craziest melee group in the game. I've been Cody from the Cubers of Nerdom. Take care. Bye, y'all.